Hello and good morning everyone. My name is Jesi Suci. So today I'm going to present the results of my analysis on an opinion or argument text which discusses the issue of global aid cuts and the fight for justice. Now let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so we're going to introduce this text is based on an editorial from The Guardian published on July 1st, 2025. The article focuses on the impact of US aid cuts under Donald Trump and how this affects global development. The editorial argues that the world's poor need justice, not just charity. Okay, next, for the main claim of the article is that cutting international aid, especially the wealthy nations like the US and other G7 members, is not only harmful but unjust. So the editorial stresses that development should be about fairness and also global responsibility, not temporary generosity. Okay, the next slide is supporting evidence. To support this claim, the article presents for data from the Lancet predicting that Trump's aid cuts could result in over 14 million deaths by 2030. And also many of them is from children. It also points out that G7 countries are cutting their aid budgets while increasing military spending. And also at the same time, many low-income countries are paying more on debt than on healthcare or education. The next slide is reasoning. So the article uses clear reasoning to link this policy decision with their consequences. It shows how injustice leads to global instability, poverty, and even future pandemics. The arguments are supported by credible sources and presented logically without exaggeration. Going to the next topic is context. So this editorial was written by the Guardian's editorial board. So the Guardian is known for its progressive views and focus on global justice. So the critical is aimed at the general public and policymakers, encouraging them to think critically about global inequality and also financial systems. The next slide is judgment. So in judgment is, I find the article very persuasive, and also it uses reliable data, makes ethical arguments, and also stays logical and balanced. It doesn't just criticize, it also explains why this issue matters for everyone, not just for poor countries. Okay, the last one is about conclusion about the text and also our reflection. So in conclusion, this article shows that cutting aid is not just a political decision, so it's a moral one. Through critical reading, we can see how media help us understand complex global issues and also challenge unfair systems. It reminds us that global development should be based on justice, not just charity. Okay, this is the end of my explanation about my result of analysis. Thank you for your attention, and thank you for watching, and see you the next time. Bye bye.